What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a full day of eating. We are at 2,500 calories, and as long as we're above 170 grams of protein, we're in a good spot. Of course, quality of food is important. That's what's gonna keep me full and satiated as I go through this reverse diet into maintenance, maybe in a slight surplus, probably not till the end of summer. I wanna maintain my level of leanness throughout the summer, and then maybe, who knows, maybe September, October, we'll maybe go into a slight surplus for the fall, winter, and then maybe into the spring of next year. But I'll keep you guys posted on that. Today's more about the food and the full day of eating. So we're starting off the day with our pre-workout snack. So we have 2 chocolate rice cakes. I just use these Quaker rice cakes. These are 60 calories a pop, taste amazing. A little bit of chocolate, but not overly sweet. We'll be adding on 10 grams of natural creamy peanut butter. This is just from Kroger. Biggest thing here is simply dry roasted peanuts and salt, but 10 grams, we'll be measuring out on the food scale, 10 grams goes on each, so 20 grams of peanut butter total, and also 1 banana right here that we'll cut up and put on top. So let me go ahead, I'll polish this off, or not polish this off, I'll go ahead and make this actual meal, put the peanut butter on there, the banana, I'll go ahead and read off the calories and macros, of course, for every meal of the day. And just like that, we have our pre-workout meal made. Rice cakes, peanut butter, and banana, an elite combination. If you've never tried it, please do. This is my go-to right now. All my clients love it as well. And it comes out to be 344 calories, 50 grams of carbs, 12 grams of fat, and then 8 grams of protein. Mostly focusing on the carbs here as is the pre-workout meal. As far as the fats and protein, not the main priority. Honestly, that's just coming from the peanut butter, which I think tastes amazing with this combination, and mostly focusing on the carbs. So we're gonna go ahead and hit a back and shoulders workout with my little brother Sam. Then we'll come home and do the rest of the meals. We'll be doing 4 meals in total for the day. But also, one quick update. I have recently upgraded my cookbook. So it's 120 high protein, low calorie meals, but I've also added 5 bonuses all about how to lose weight in the next 90 days, right? So if you need a system that will get you results in the next 90 days, you're looking to lose 15, 20, 30 pounds, this is exactly what we're looking for. So it has a macro calculator, how to track your calories, an exact blueprint of how to lose weight in the next 90 days, step-by-step guide, a kickstart guide, everything that I personally use with my clients that you can then go ahead and use yourself and do more of a kind of a do-it-yourself system. So head over to jackcookbook.com for the cookbook, all those bonuses, super cheap. If you're looking to lose weight, it's a must-have. So grab that, and I'll see you guys at meal number 2. Back from the gym, time for a post-workout meal. Great back and shoulders workout. I'll be filming tomorrow more of the reverse dieting update, a full workout, all kind of good stuff. But today, once again, is about the food. So our post-workout meal, we've got eggs going down. So we're gonna have 3 whole eggs. We've got some eggs in here. So 3 whole eggs as well as 150 grams of egg whites. We go in this bowl, making some scrambled eggs, a little bit of cheese. We also have a bell pepper. I guarantee you this will be gone by the time I read over the macros, because basically as I cook the eggs, I eat the bell pepper. We'll also be adding some strawberries. So we have some strawberries I'll be washing, measuring out 250 grams of those, as well as our cheese. I'll be putting on 1 serving of this reduced fat Mexican style cheese onto the eggs once they're done cooking, as well as cooking them in some butter. So I will measure out the butter. I'll be using 7 grams of butter to actually cook the eggs in over here. And once I have everything cooked up, I'll go ahead over to the dining room, sit down, and go over the macros. Post-workout meal is now made. We have our eggs here. So we have our, 150 grams of egg whites, 3 whole eggs cooked in 7 grams of butter, 1 serving of cheese on top. We have our strawberries, 250 grams of strawberries, and as anticipated, our bell peppers were consumed during the making of the eggs. It only takes about 5 minutes, super quick, and pretty much the main meal or the main thing is just the eggs, right? I guess I could do hard-boiled eggs, but I'm willing to take the time, 5 minutes to cook up eggs. Super simple, and this meal comes out to be 550 calories. It is 25 grams of carbs, 27 grams of fat, and then 44 grams of protein. Higher protein by subbing out some of the whole eggs for egg whites. So during my building phase, I think I got up to 5 or 6 whole eggs. And I've slowly been replacing whole eggs with egg whites to bring down my calories. And now that we're kind of in this reverse diet maintenance phase, I'll probably slowly phase out egg whites and add more whole eggs in. But for now, this is a great combination. Tastes amazing, still have some whole eggs, still have the cheese on top, salt and pepper for seasoning, and that is meal number 2. But I will see you guys at meal number 3 after we knock out some client check-ins and some more work. There'll be a protein shake. I'll show you guys that soon. Meal number 3 is gonna be the tried and true protein shake. So in this protein shake, I'll show you guys what we got going on. We have 1 frozen banana. So you guys can see the pack of frozen bananas. Actually need to add some more in there before I run out. So 1 frozen banana, 1 cup of this almond milk. This is just unsweetened vanilla. It is 30 calories per cup, so 1 cup in there. We also did use a little bit of peanut butter. This is just for taste, so 10 grams. I do measure this out. A very small amount goes a long way in terms of peanut butter flavor. 10 grams of that in there, as well as 2 scoops of our protein. I do take my creatine at the same time. I do not put this in there. This is a pineapple flavor. I don't think it would taste great in there. If you had unflavored creatine, you could, but I put 2 scoops of this transparent labs in here. And I will say, if anybody ever asks me what supplements I recommend, these are always my top 2. Creatine has been shown to not only help with recovery, muscle building, and strength gains, but also now has some cognitive benefits as far as focus and just overall brain function. So cannot recommend creatine enough for everyone, all ages, all the time, cut, bulk, whatever it is. Creatine, 5 grams of creatine monohydrate a day forever. Just repeat, repeat, repeat. And protein powder, with protein powders that taste this good, there's no reason you can't hit your protein goal. This shake right here is 60 grams of protein because this has 28 grams per scoop. So I cannot recommend these 2 enough. Transparent Labs, code Perez does save you 10% on all their products. But I will say in general, any sort of creatine monohydrate, and obviously I prefer a clean product as well as a great tasting protein. So those are the 2, creatine and protein. I recommend to every single person when you're trying to lose fat, build muscle, get in good shape for longevity. Those are 2 things I'd recommend to every single person. But as far as the protein shake goes, while you guys are here, the calories and macros, it is 434 calories, 31 grams of carbs, only 8 grams of fat, and 61 grams of protein. Cannot beat it. Super quick, super efficient. This is our midday high protein snack. And yeah, go back to work, and we will be going to a movie with my siblings. So meal number 4 will be a little bit earlier. Obviously, that doesn't really affect too much as far as what you guys get to see. But for me, I'll be eating that a little bit earlier so I can go to the movie and I don't have to wait till like 9 p.m. to eat my last meal, because I prefer to go to bed after having some time to digest my food, not right after I eat. So meal number 3, see you guys at meal number 4. We got some steak going down. We are on to meal number 4, and like I said, so I'm going to see a movie with my siblings, the new F1 movie. I need to eat this meal a bit earlier, so we're gonna get it prepped early around 4:30. So it's pretty early, but here we've got our meal. It is gonna be steak and vegetables. Super simple, tastes amazing. This is a Angus beef. It's a strip steak, just from Kroger. Looks like it's actually a private select brand, but this is gonna be 800 calories, so you can see right there, 400, hopefully you guys can kind of see that, 400 calories per serving. That's half a steak, so the full steak is 2 servings. It's gonna be about 65 grams of protein and a decent chunk of fat too, about 70, or I think 60 grams of fat too. So we got that guy going in, and we're gonna have some vegetables on the side. So we're gonna actually be having this entire bag of this vegetable medley, carrots, broccoli, cauliflower. This thing is also 4 servings, so 4 times 30, 120 calories here. This is just simply going in the air fryer. So what I actually do, I need to plug it in. So as far as the vegetables go, super simple. Turn it on, we're going in dock number 2, bake. And actually do this on the lowest setting, so 250. And we're gonna do it for actually 30 minutes. So this is a little bit longer one, but essentially while our vegetables are cooking, our beef will actually come to room temperature. Then we'll go ahead and cook this, our beef, our steak, actually cook this over there on the stove on a carbon steel pan. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and throw our vegetables in. I'll use a little bit of spray oil and some salt and pepper, and then let the vegetables cook in the next 30 minutes as we let our steak come to room temperature before we throw that on the pan over there. And now with about 10 minutes left on the air fryer for the veggies, we can go ahead and start to cook our steak. I have my steak here. It is room temperature, is pat dry, or I patted it dry with some paper towels. Now we're gonna be adding some salt and pepper. If I had Katie, I'd have her help me go ahead and film this, but I still get anxious a little bit. The great thing about this strip steak, it has a big fat cap here. So what I actually do is put the fat cap down first, get some good fats in the actual pan, and then we'll go ahead and cook it on both sides. So first things first, I'll put it down, basically like just the fat cap down on the hot, ripping hot pan, get some good fats in there, and then we'll go ahead and actually cook it on each side for probably about, that's decently thick, probably about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 minutes a side, something like that. Going for medium rare, but I still get anxious when I cook steak, so I'm gonna put you guys down. I'll show you guys the final product, and of course go over the macros and calories and everything like that too. So see you then. Wish me luck. And here we have our finished product. We've got our vegetables that have been air fried, a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper. Our steak, salt, pepper. I actually cook it in its own fat since it is a fattier meat, no oil or butter used. And we also have 250 grams of blueberries. And this is probably my favorite meal right now. I know Joe can have this probably 3 or 4 times a week at least. When I'm not eating a steak, probably ground beef or chicken thigh, something like that. But this meal right here comes out to be 1,182 calories. It is 50 grams of carbs, 69 grams of fat, and 84 grams of protein. Biggest thing here, the steak is 800 calories. So keep that in mind. If you wanted to have half the steak, this is actually a 12-ounce steak. If you want to go with an 8-ounce, a 6-ounce, 10-ounce, you can trim the calories back a little bit. But the biggest thing there is the steak is majority of calories. Obviously blueberries and vegetables aren't too crazy. And I'm accounting for about 20 grams of olive oil. So this is a little bit higher. I do use quite a bit of olive oil spray on the vegetables. This is probably an overestimation, but I'd rather overestimate than underestimate myself. So in this case, we're in a good spot there. Also, we do have the best 0-calorie beverage in the game, a Fresca. This is just a grapefruit citrus sparkling water essentially, or soda water, sparkling soda water. It is the best thing in the game, cannot recommend it enough. Or things like Diet Coke to help minimize your hunger and maximize your satiation too. So let's go ahead, take a look at our day totals. So our day totals come out to be, I believe it's 2,511 calories, 181 grams of carbs, 116 grams of fat, and 197 grams of protein. Plenty of protein. I weigh about 165 to 170 pounds normally, so anything above that is great. If anything, it's just like a little bit of an insurance policy to get enough protein in. 116 grams of fat, mostly coming from the steak again, and then 181 grams of carbs, mostly around my workout. Yeah, this meal right now, or like this full day of eating, is one of my favorites right now. There's not much that I feel like I'm missing. If anything, I'll work in my social refeed with some ice cream, maybe some pizza, some burgers, but like this is so filling, so satiating, micronutrient dense, satisfying, like it's really my favorite meal. So, well, favorite full day of eating right now. So let's go ahead and cut into the steak, see how we did. We're going for a medium rare. Pulled it off right around 135 internal temp. I'm gonna cut a few pieces. We can kind of see a variety of them. But I'd say maybe even closer to the rare on the medium rare scale. So let me go ahead and actually slide this a little closer to you guys. I'll go ahead and end the video once I have this. So let's go ahead and pull this up. You can see here. I'll go and just take this piece. Make sure I don't drip all over the table, but hopefully I can see that there. I would say, yeah, I'd say like probably a little bit closer on the rare side than the medium rare. So maybe slightly undercooked, but I will say in general, having a fattier steak that always saves the day in terms of taste. So if I do over or undercook it, the fattiness kind of saves myself and my meal. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig in here. We need to, should probably leave about 15 minutes. So I'm gonna eat this meal. Obviously lots of volume, actually takes me a while to eat. So I'm gonna dig in. If you guys have any questions about the full day of eating, anything else, please let me know. Without further ado, on things here. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.